Let's take a look at the chart action for Solana. Alright, so I'm going to show you the pattern that I'm looking at right now, and then we'll go through what I've been looking at for the past couple days, where my limit orders have been and stuff like that. Alright, so we have resistance right here, and resistance right here. We had a downtrend, something like that. On all the charts pretty much, I've been saying until we break this downtrend going to the upside, then I'm going to be pretty skeptical and assume that we're trending down. And it looks like we're breaking that downtrend right there. At least we got to break out to the upside. The only thing that I'm kind of curious about though is if you look at the volume, we're not getting a lot of green volume candles right now. So we're going to want to keep an eye on that. It does look like we have gotten support right here, and it does look like we're breaking that downtrend right now. Well, what I want to be watching is these previous resistance levels, maybe something like that. I think if we could keep trending to the upside, my next target is going to be around 170, this previous resistance level, something like that. If we could break this level, the next level I'll target is around 211, the top of this Fibonacci retracement level, and then we'll see if we could break out of this and get a higher high. Here's what I've been looking at the past couple weeks on Solana. So we had this uptrend right here. We broke that uptrend going to the downside right there. Ever since then, I did a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom to the top. And I've been watching these Fibonacci levels right here, and right here. So we have the 38% level sitting at 158, the 50% level sitting at 141, and the 61% level sitting at 123. We also have the 78 sitting at 97, but I'm not sure if it's going to dip that far. But I've been putting limit orders at these levels, and we came down, got a little bounce right there, got a little bit of support, but then dipped down to the 50% level. Came up, got resistance right here, and then came back down to the 61% level. Got a big bounce right there, came down, got support on that 61% level again, came back up, and we formed a trend line going down right here because we had resistance right here, and right here, giving me a downtrend, something like that. And this is basically what we just broke out of, and kind of what I've been watching for to break out of pretty much. As you can see, we're on the 4-hour time frame right here, and we have this 180 moving average coming in right here. It looks like it might be giving us some resistance. I think once we break above that, maybe then we can really shoot for the next resistance somewhere around 170, possibly 211, but we're gonna have to do this one first. This is step one in my opinion. Actually breaking through this one is probably step one, and then this one would be step two probably. But this does look pretty good, this support right there, and this momentum to the upside does look pretty good in my opinion. The other thing I'm seeing right now is it looks kind of like a W pattern as well. So we might want to be looking at this top resistance right here more than I thought. And then if we break that, we can do the bottom, something like that. If we break this trend line right here, we could target from the top to the bottom of that W, drag it to that breakout. If it keeps trending to the upside and it breaks out of this pattern, then we can maybe target around 177. That's another target to look at. I'd kind of be, and that's actually lines up with this wick right here, but yeah, I'd be looking at this 170 area too. 170, 177. Let's see if we can keep this momentum going to the upside pretty much though. I want to see some volume come in too. That'd be nice. It would be kind of interesting if we were actually in a flag pattern and this was just a continuation, and we would be kind of targeting from the top to the bottom of that flagpole, something like that. So we have a flagpole, something like that, and then kind of like the flag itself. And we would target the flagpole, drag that to the breakout. If we could get some volume or something, like if we really started getting hardcore volume and we like broke out of this Fibonacci retracement, maybe we could target 283. But I would definitely want to break this area first, and then yeah, just basically break out of this Fibonacci retracement. But if we do, then we might be looking at something like that, which is, like I said, 283. What do you guys think about that? Okay, so we're looking at the 4-hour time frame. Let's jump over the daily real quick and see what we got. I'm going to delete some of this stuff. Okay, so here's something I noticed. I'm watching the 4-hour time frame, and my trend lines are set up along the 4-hour right now, and we did break that 4-hour. But if we go to the daily time frame, the trend lines aren't really perfect. I think we might have to do a trend line from these bodies right here, and so give us a different trend line, something like this. I don't think we've broken out of this top trend line yet on the daily time frame, and I think once we do that, then we'll see a bigger move. So we might be in this little area right here for a little bit, possibly. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to wait and see, but I'm just saying that we still haven't broke this resistance right here and this resistance right there, that trend line going to the downside right there, and it does look like it's giving us a little bit of trouble right there. So I'm kind of curious if we're just going to stay in this little area until we break out going to the upside, possibly. The one thing I do like, if we delete everything, we are above the 9 moving average right now. I do prefer to be above it than below it. That's always a good sign, and it's always good when we break above it. We broke above it right here and got rejected and came back below. We did the same thing right here. So we're gonna want to be skeptical still, and hopefully it gives us some support rather than just breaking up and then breaking below and then causing resistance again. We're on the daily time frame right now, and it looks like we have some support right here, and I think if we could close this candle green right here, if we could close this green candle and get some more green candles, or even if we just close green on this one, it'll be support right there. So we'll be looking at an uptrend, something like this. This is the daily time frame, so this would be pretty, I mean, it'd be nice to have a good uptrend on the daily time frame, something like that. We could watch this uptrend going to the upside until we break it going to the downside. Then we'll have something to like kind of give us maybe some bullish targets to look forward to or something like that. Maybe do something like that. Let's see how far we can keep this momentum going to the upside though and hold support. And like I said, we're on the daily time frame. If we do our trend line something like this, it looks like we're coming up on testing the resistance and we have that support. So it's pretty much just getting tighter and tighter, and we're going to break either up or down. And I think once we break this trend line going to the upside or to the downside, we're going to see a big move. Maybe target from the top to the bottom of this little triangle too. I don't know. Let's see. What does this give us? Maybe something around 194, this previous resistance. So yeah, like I said, if we're looking at the daily time frame and we break this trend line right here, we're looking at maybe 194, maybe even bigger if we could break out of that Fibonacci retracement level like I was talking about. So yeah, those are the kind of the things that I'm watching on Solana pretty much. Let's see if we could break this trend line going to the upside. On the 4-hour, we're looking pretty good right now, but this daily trend line is still might be giving us trouble. Let's see if we could break out of it. All right, if you guys like the video, hit that thumbs up button.